One of the biggest fears people have about moving to Dominican Republic outside of the safety, it isn't the language, it isn't the culture, it's healthcare. And I can't tell you how many times somebody has asked me, Jay, what happens if I get sick? What if there's an emergency? What about the doctors? What about the hospitals? And honestly, I had those same concerns before I moved here. Because when you're coming from the United States, you're conditioned to believe that quality healthcare only exists in certain places. So after living in Dominican Republic these last 5 years and personally using healthcare here, I'd like to share with you what I've learned. The good, the bad, and some of the things that surprised me the most. So let's start with the biggest misconception. Many Americans believe that Dominican healthcare is inferior because it's a developing country. But that assumption couldn't be further from the truth. Now let's be clear. Not every hospital is the same, just like in America. Not every doctor is the same, just like in America. Not every clinic is the same, just like in America. But what surprised me the most is how modern the private hospitals are. The equipment, the facilities, the specialists, the level of care. This is something that I was not expecting before I moved here. I think many Americans picture healthcare here based on an outdated assumption. Then they walk into a private hospital and then they realize this is nothing like I pictured in my head. One of the things that I noticed almost immediately was accessibility. Back in the US, I remember situations where scheduling an appointment sometimes could take weeks and even months. Specialists, follow-up appointments, referrals, tests. You know, the process sometimes felt endless. But here, what surprised me is how quickly I was able to be seen. Not in every situation and not with every provider, but generally speaking, access felt faster here. Less bureaucracy, less waiting, more direct. And for many expats like myself, that's one of the first things we notice, and that's the speed. Now let's talk about something that everybody wants to know, and that's the cost. Because healthcare in the United States has become incredibly expensive. Many people are not just worried about getting sick, they're worried about seeing that bill when they recover. And that's a completely different kind of stress. And one thing that I've noticed here is that routine medical expenses are significantly lower than in the United States. Doctor's visits, lab work, specialist appointments, diagnostic testing. And again, I'm not saying everything is significantly lower, but what I'm saying, it's enough to get your attention. I've met expats who were shocked at their hospital bills compared to what they paid back in the United States. And I understand why. Because healthcare is one of the main reasons retirees and expats are looking elsewhere to live outside of the United States. There are a few things that I genuinely believe that Dominican Republic does well when it comes to healthcare. First, accessibility. Second, affordability. And third, personal interaction. I've noticed here doctors spend time talking with the patients. You don't always feel rushed. The experience with the doctor seems a little bit more personal here to me, in my opinion. And it feels more human, and I think that's something many people can appreciate. Now let's keep it honest. Every system has its strengths, every system has its weakness, and there are absolutely areas where America has advantages, especially when it comes to highly specialized care. Researched hospitals, cutting-edge treatments, certain complex medical situations. The United States remains one of the leaders in many areas of medicine. This is just a simple reality. This is not saying one system is better than the other. It's about understanding the differences. So now let's talk about some actual hospitals, because I know some people say, yeah, Jay, but where do I go? When people talk about healthcare in Dominican Republic, you'll typically hear these three names over and over again. Hospital 1 is CEDAMAT. This is the hospital that I went to when I had my episode almost 2 years ago. This hospital is located here in Santo Domingo, and it's probably one of the hospitals that most foreigners hear about first. It is known for its advanced medical technology, specialists, diagnostics, cardiology, and many complex medical procedures. A lot of expats view CEDAMAT as one of the premier medical facilities or hospitals in the country. I know I do. If you're looking for a hospital with a strong reputation and modern equipment, CEDAMAT ranks high on that list. The next hospital is Holmes, located in Santiago. HOME stands for Hospital Metropolitan de Santiago. This hospital here has built an excellent reputation over the years. It serves both Dominicans and international patients. Many people actually travel to Santiago for special treatment at that particular hospital. It's modern, it's equipped, and some people would say that this is the best hospital in the entire country. The next hospital is Hospital. It's located here in Santo Domingo as well. And this is another hospital expats and locals trust. This hospital is known for its quality specialists, emergency care, and a wide range of other medical services. And the reality is this, most expats are not using public health care here. They're not going to public hospitals. I don't recommend it. Most expats are going to these private facilities like the ones I've just mentioned. And that's why so many Americans are surprised at the level of care that they receive. So now let's talk about insurance, because good health care is one thing, actually being covered is another. When expats ask me about insurance companies here in Dominican Republic, there are three companies that immediately come to mind. The first one is Universal Seguros. That's the insurance company that we have. It's probably one of the most recognized insurance providers here in the country. A lot of expats use Universal because it has a broad provider network and it has a strong reputation here. You'll hear this name enough if you spend time talking to any other long-term residents here. The next insurance company is Humano. Humano is another major player here in Dominican Republic. Many employees offer Humano as coverage because it has a large network of doctors and hospitals throughout the country. A lot of Dominicans and expats love the plans that Humano has to offer. The next one is MAPFRE. This is an international insurance company that has a huge presence here in Dominican Republic. Many foreigners are already familiar with the MAPFRE brand way before they arrive to the country. They offer a variety of health insurance options, and they have also become a common choice for expats living here. And here's what I tell people, don't just ask what insurance company should I use. What you should be asking is, what doctors and hospitals do I need access to? Because the best insurance plan will give you access to the providers that you actually are going to use. That's the smart way to evaluate coverage. If you're thinking about moving to Dominican Republic, here's my advice to you. Don't make decisions based on assumptions. Research the actual hospital, research the actual insurance plans, research the actual providers, and talk to the people who've actually used these systems. Because to me, healthcare is way too important to make decisions on internet rumors. Because what you'll often discover, reality is very different than what people imagine. So how does healthcare in Dominican Republic compare to America? It's better in some ways, and America is better in some ways. But what surprised me the most wasn't who won the comparison, but how good healthcare in Dominican Republic actually is. Because before I moved here, I had assumptions. I had a lot of assumptions. And what I've learned since living here is that assumptions and reality are two totally different things. If you're considering moving to Dominican Republic, let me know in the comment section below what's your biggest healthcare concern. And if you've ever used health insurance here in Dominican Republic or any other country, I'd love to hear your experience as well. Also, if you're looking to move to Dominican Republic and you need to know what it's gonna cost you on a monthly basis, I created what I call the DR cost of living calculator. I'm gonna link that in the video description below. Also, if you're interested in investing in real estate, go to our website, drvestandlive.com, or you can click the link in the video description below that says, I want to invest in real estate. Fill out the buyer's profile and we'll be in contact with you. Also, don't forget to join both of my newsletters, Live Your Best Life newsletter and DR Insider Real Estate newsletter. Packed with information, guys. And links to that are in the video description as well. And until then, guys, always remember, keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.